So guys, welcome back. This is going to be another spectating video, and I gotta say, we are not spectating anyone in specific in this video, which is kind of funny. This is probably just one of the worst matches of competitive I have seen so far in this game. Now, I picked the game back up after about a week now because I've been playing Spider-Man 2 because it just recently came out on the PC. I'm sure some of you guys have watched me stream that. Hi, my chatters, my lovely little chatters. Oh, sweet Jesus, this match just, it starts bad and it only gets worse. Really, no one person is the issue. We got Inflation Man McEgo Balls over here who thinks he's just the hottest thing to ever touch a skillet, I guess. An offensive Penny who, I don't know what they were doing the entirety of the second round. It was just bad. I was trying my best. I was genuinely trying to swap for what the team needed, and it just, I couldn't make it happen, I guess. And then we had a Lord Rocket who did play Squirrel Girl for a considerable amount of the match. This match is just painful from start to finish. Okay, so here we are before first fight begins. They're about to come around the corner. I'm just bulling here on the Magneto. I'm kind of scouting for my team. I just want to let them know what they're running so they know what to expect, you know. My team's already saying stuff like watch for Portal, things like this, just because this map is known for people wanting to TP in. But as you can see, we're running triple healers right now, a Namor, and 2 tanks. Oh, we are built for sustain and survivability, with the Thor and the Namor being the ones getting picks. Yes, these are the things we can agree on. The team with a lot of healing and a lot of beefiness and deployables, we're built for survivability, and our picks come from one of 2 places. We are on defense after all. We don't exactly need to get team wipes. We just need to stop their advances. You know, we need to live more than they do. That is the goal of defense. Their team. Let's see here. They have a Penny and Groot, which already makes their front line very defensive. Don't get me wrong, both of these tanks just kind of stand there and take a beating sometimes, but we don't have a whole lot to burst through Groot walls, if you notice. So that's going to be a pain for us, and especially since we're on defense, if this Penny is placing her spider mines properly, it is going to be, and her nest, it is going to be a lot harder for our Thor to go in and get the picks and create the space that he wants to create. With their backline, of course, they have 2 defensive ultimates. They also have a Spider-Man as well, so a Spider-Man Psylocke as well, so they've got decently divey DPS right now. I do believe the Spider-Man swaps to Moon Knight, though. So, yeah, they're going to be looking to play sustain on the front line, distract us, while, you know, their DPS go in and get picks and open up the fight. Because these 2 tanks, unless Groot is able to wall someone off or Penny gets a good stun, these 2 tanks don't create a lot of space. Groot can maintain space. These tanks maintain space really well. They don't take it very well. At least in my experience, compared to other tanks. Like, a Hulk is going to take space easier than a Groot, but he's not going to maintain that space as well, if that makes sense. But yeah, let's get into it. I know nothing goes on my end. I do, like, practically nothing. I'm building for ult right now. I want to see what our Namor does, because he was the one mainly talking crap and VC and everything. Yep, okay. Not gonna lie. He kind of donkeys on that Spider-Man there.
What's the donkey got to do with it?
Alright. Flies into the air. Places turret down. Yep. Okay, hold on. This is something I want to comment on. Alright. I'm getting pressured from the start. I've already been hit. I don't get a top off at all. Still dropping health, I pop my barrier, dropping health, I pop my shields, and I finally get healed only when I'm down at critical at 200 health. We have triple supports. If you are running triple support and anyone gets to critical health like that, is allowed to take that much damage over that time frame without getting any kind of support, your supports are bad. This is the way it is. Support is not just save the person who is about to die. Support is also make sure people are above breakpoints, because breakpoints are a huge part of what make hero shooters hero shooters. Like, a tank is able to tank because they can take 4 or 5 primaries from 4 or 5 different people at once, and then they can back up. They don't just instantly fold to that, because their breakpoint for their health bar is above that. They walk away from that with like 125 health or something. I don't know. It just depends on the characters, depends on what abilities and everything are thrown at them. But you see my point. Like, if all 3 Namor turrets and a trident hit a squishy, they're as good as dead. If they hit a tank, they're at like, you know, they got a third of their health taken off. Maybe half. Depends on if the trident hit a headshot, you know, and what tank you're playing. So the fact that I'm being pressured this much and I'm having to use as much of my resources as I am whenever we have a practically limitless healing resource is not okay and is not acceptable. Continue.
Your attacks are futile. Attack them. It seems we have.
Alright, I know someone in the comments is gonna say it. Oh, but there are Groot walls behind you. Guess what one of my healers is? Guess who is great at getting around Groot walls and being able to heal around and over them? And I'll give you 3 seconds to determine which of the supports on my team that is. If you guessed Rocket, you would be correct. And get this, Rocket also has bouncy orbs. He could have fired 2 orbs in between the choke point here to bounce back and forth, like he's kind of done now. You see the 2 orbs on screen, especially the one right below my name, like my name. That one bounces back and forth, and that would have been healing me almost the entire time. It at least would have probably caused me to not need to pop my bubble so early or rely more on my barrier. Rocket has boosters and wall climbs, not just for him to escape, it is for mobility as well. Move around, maneuver to your team. As a support, if you are not maneuvering to where your tank is controlling where the fight is at, you are also playing the game poorly. Tanks control where the fight is at. If you are not following your tank, and if you are not paying attention to where your tanks are placed and positioned as a DPS or a support, you are playing the game poorly. This is the way the world works. I'm not saying I'm not playing the game poorly here either. I mean, I'm dumping damage into a group because I know he's dumping damage into me trying to build ult, and I'm doing the same thing back because I know they're going to just build support ults because I'm feeding their supports ult charge. Now, I know my supports are going to build ult slower because they only have 2 supports and we have 3 spreading out the healing. So let's see what goes on with the rest of our teammates. Okay, the invisible woman is doing a decent enough job. She needs to drop her shield though. It's just sitting on 100 health, and it just makes the cooldown longer if you let the shield sit up like that. Also, something invisible women do not know. I swear to God, I'm the only invisible woman on the planet Earth that knows this, and that is ego talking. But the shield also heals people. Anyone who is standing by the shield, like about as close as I am to it now, will also get healed for 50 healing a second, including you as invisible woman. Your invisibility is not your only defense. Stick close to your other support, pop the shield down, and shield dance around it if you have to. Like, it does heal too. It's good. It's an amazing part of her kit.
It's fantastic.
That people don't use often enough or well enough. It's got a 6-second cooldown if it fully breaks. If it fully breaks. If you let it just drop down to 150 or 200, it has a 2-3 second cooldown. It's insane. Continue. Alright, Groot pops his ult, but it only catches the Thor, so I go up there and I block it with my Magneto shield, you know. Just because, you know, that's my tank brother. I can't let him die like that. Healing isn't going to save him from that. He also needs mitigation. Then we just we stand in front of their team. We're still just trying to eat bullets and stuff because we are we're the mitigator. Alright, I'm thinking right now their Luna's gonna be looking for ult. Spider Nest gets thrown down, so I immediately start shooting it so my Thor can proceed to make space on their backline and stuff. Both Invisible Woman ults go out, so nothing's gonna happen here for a second. And our Thor pops ult anyway during it for some reason. They pop ult there, and I want to see this. I genuinely want to see this. Like, slow that back. Okay, so first of all, I want to see this Namor ult. I want to see it from their Luna Snow's point of view, actually. We can speed it up just a little bit. Alright. Namor ult's gonna come in here in a second. She gets popped up to 500 health, is dang near dead center of it. She is dead center of it and lives with 25 health. And then my Magneto ult comes in. I'm sitting at around 50 charge when I chunk it. I see the shield in post. I didn't see it that entire time recording this in the game. I see it in post. I see it in editing. The Invisible Woman throws her shield up in front of the Luna Snow. Good on her. And it lands 2 feet from her face. Like, I feel like she is within the blast radius there. Am I mistaken? I don't know, maybe I'm just trash. I feel like this definitely should kill her, though. That Namor ult was dead center on her, and she lives with 25 health. This ult needs to be fixed. Luna Snow ult and Cloak and Dagger ult both, to be honest. Because, like, Invisible Woman ult is good. Mantis ult is good. They aren't as good as these two's ultimates. These two's ultimates are ridiculous. The duration in which they last and the area in which they can cover is ridiculous. It's not okay. It is not fun, nor is it healthy for the game. But anyway.
Let me guess. Your Namor's friends? We're finding our group.
Yeah, we just kind of get wiped because, well, we used 2 ultimates and they didn't do anything. That is truly what happened there. We also, well, no, we used 4 ultimates because both Invisible Woman ults pop ult. They pop ult at the same time. Whatever. What can you do? You know? What? That's just how that is. They literally pop at like the exact same time. Okay. Thor decides he's going to use his ult in the Invisible Woman ult. Don't know who told him that was a good idea.
That was probably me.
Namor uses his ult, and to his credit, it's a good ult. It should have worked. Like, if I'm that Namor, I'm mad. I'm kind of mad for that Namor. And then, because I'm Magneto, I see a support ult pop, and I know they don't have a Cloak and Dagger. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to pop my ultimate and shut down this Luna Snow. And I guess I whiff by a matter of inches, because that also should have just killed her. She didn't take any, like, splash damage or anything.
Couldn't you tell the ashtray wasn't hot like a waffle?
No, I couldn't, because I'm blind.
Whatever. So we waste 4 ultimates. We only have we only have 2 support ults now, and they have 3 ults. They have both tank ults and Psylocke ult. Luckily for us, we do still have Luna Snow ult, though, if they do decide to Psylocke ult. If they decide to, like, Psylocke group or anything like that. Okay, they spider time. Yep, and whoa. And then we damage boost. We swap to damage boost. We've got our team being jumped over here. No, hold on. We've got our... That was just... Where's our other... Yep, we've got our Thor trying to deal with a Penny who's ulting your team. You hear... It's the grand finale. Like, you hear it's the grand finale. She damage boosts and stays by me instead of trying to go back and corral the team together. And then we get Groot ulted, which we all survive somehow. And then we get Psylocke ulted, which we don't all survive. Even though we kind of do. But then the moon comes down, it lands on me, and then Thor gets all the pressure put on him. They hold for as much as they can, but it's just not enough. Thor should have got out while he had the chance. He shouldn't have turned around. Like, they should have just retreated. Okay, our rocket swaps to Squirrel Girl. This person apologized for being cheeks. I'm not going to spectate their Squirrel Girl. They knew they were cheeks, and then they tried to not play DPS more the rest of the game. I can respect that. I can respect that enough not to spectate them. The internet, you don't get to be cruel to that person. Thor, most damaging tank in the game, is someone who's great at diving in backlines and everything. Ooh, that's another thing. He's standing here just smacking people in the face, which, I mean, they've got like a Penny and a Moon Knight and stuff, so if he is trying to dive the backline, I can imagine that going poorly. I don't play a whole lot of Thor, so I could see a situation in his head with the Groot, Penny, Moon Knight, and everything where diving in the backline is not a good idea as Thor. But also, if he is on that train of thought, he needs to swap off of Thor. But then we have this happen. Our Invisible Woman pops ult and immediately dies, and her ult goes away. The ult was already down. The ult was already, like, active, okay? If we look here, we get Groot ulted, and then we receive rapid healing. And I mean, that is not the game just, or that is not our support just being like, yeah, no, we're rapidly healing you guys either. That's not all the supports pitching in or something. Watch this. We're eating no projectiles, no nothing. The support ult was down and out and healing, and it gets removed because she dies. Cloak and Dagger ult doesn't do that. I don't know if that was intentional on Invisible Woman's ult or not. I usually don't die whenever I place mine down as Invisible Woman. I'm not gonna lie to you, because it's a support ult. Something like that just doesn't happen a lot. So I'm not sure if that is game breaking or not. If that is like intended. But what? It just confuses me. Let's see what Hater Tot does on the Bucky. Because we've got... Okay. I'm the only tank right now, and we have 3 DPS. Because we thought the survivability wasn't working. Because it really wasn't. We needed a bit more damage. We needed a bit more displacement, something. 2 of us get Moon Knight ulted. Luna Snow pops her ult. We don't have a defensive ult anymore. The Bucky is playing aggressive even though we're down a support. Don't get me wrong, I was playing aggressive there too, but like, I'm a tank. I still had my movement ability up and everything. I think I'm about to fall from the ceiling. Yeah. Okay. No, you guys get to witness this one because this was a bad ult on my part. I fall down from the ceiling, and I am not aware that neither of my no, the Invisible Woman's right there. She gets collapsed right then and there. Luna Snow's coming out of spawn. She doesn't make it to me. She gets Psylocke ulted. I try and ult to hold them back, to try and create some space to do anything because I'm stalling for time. I want my team to come back at that point. I know we don't have another fight left in the map. But we got steamrolled hard with 2.5 minutes left. Yikes. That's rough. Like, that is so rough. We've been talking for 20 minutes about one round of game. Think about that for a second. But don't worry, the second round is much shorter because we don't even capture the first point. We don't. Right now, I'm looking at my team. My team is saying that we need to swap just about everything up. So Nordic Roots goes back to his rocket, Inferno on the Invisible Woman. The Namor takes my Strange, which understandable after that Strange ultimate. I could see why he wouldn't want me on that character. Honestly, I should have popped it a lot earlier in the fight, guaranteed a couple of kills before like supports ever died or anything like that. Before anyone really even died. I may have just drawn out an ult or two, but it would have been better than what I did there. That was funny. She just got a hit with her mind from spawn. You guys see that?
This is gonna hurt. The battle starts in
It didn't build her any ult charge or anything, but she just got a hit with her mines from spawn. Let's look at the comps going into the second round, because you know we gotta. Their team comp has stayed pretty much the exact same. They don't need to change anything, so they haven't changed anything. In fact, they're on defense now, so their team comp works better than it did before. Like, realistically speaking. Our team comp. We've got 2 melee characters, even though I pick Fantastic here because I see an open DPS slot, and he's my most played character, and I know the match is lost. I want to feed for at least 1 life on Fantastic. That's what I'm telling myself, and that's what I'm going to tell you guys. Those are the falsehoods I'm peddling, so like it or not, they're there. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But let's see here. We still have the Invisible Woman, which, I'm going to say it, Invisible Woman is not good into Groot. Your damage actually just gets halved against his walls because you can't boomerang through them, and because of that, you're only doing 20 damage a projectile. You need a mag and a half to break a little wall by yourself if you don't use your abilities with Invisible Woman. Groot counters her very hard. Most shield characters counter her very hard, but the fact that Groot can place his wall in between your tank and your support makes it a little worse. If your team's not good at breaking Groot walls, you're not going to be able to do much. Yeah. But this round, I want to focus on the Penny, because the Penny does a whole lot of just a comical amount of nothing. Like, what is this aim already? What is this? What's going on? Why are we doing any of this? This is a Diamond 3 lobby. No, let me see a replay on that.
I'm counting on you, friends. This isn't my first trip through the multiverse, you know. Mine's in place.
This y'all's top 9% of players? That's sad. See, even he's looking at himself right now like, okay, no, I need to lock in. That's actually funny. Okay. Let me just note this as well. He doesn't push in whenever his tank and his pseudo tank push in. He actively goes AFK after we walk past him and doesn't proceed to push with us. We're both under the impression that she is right there with us. I mean, we see her projectiles flying past us, but she's further back than the Invisible Woman and the Rocket are. Why? Why is she that far back? Why is she playing such a slow game? Incompetence? Ignorance? Stupidity? Throwing? Your call. I have no idea. And she just stays up here. I guess she's building her own ult charge, maybe? Okay, now, hold on. I want to see what happened there, because I'm ashamed of this death. I really am, because I wasn't... What are you doing, Frank? Frank, what are you doing? Pull yourself together, man. Yeah, me and the Invisible Woman both just kind of completely ignored that those mines existed. But to be fair, the Invisible Woman had been there. I had just come flying in, and I didn't even know the Penny had been back here. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Man, I should not have died there. I feel like a complete moron. Anyway. Let's go back to see what the Penny's doing. Because she also took most of the flack from a lot of our teammates.
Systems restoring. So much better.
I'm opening a portal.
Okay. We open a portal. We go through. Alright. I swapped the Invisible Woman now, because I realized our team needs a healer. One of our healers swapped to Bucky. I want to point that out. Yeah, I think that's the only thing that's changed since the last fight. Okay. Okay, we pull down the Penny from her upright position. Our Penny just stands there, doesn't participate in the team fight, doesn't push forward, falls back even further, actively runs away from the active team fight, causing both of her supports to fall back even further. She just continues to spray at absolutely nothing. Symbiotes into God knows what. We have a Venom now. And a Groot. We have 3 tanks. What is going on with this team comp? We get Psylocke ulted. There's just, it's all bad. Everywhere's bad. There's blood everywhere. There's bodies on the ground. People are dying left and right.
I'm freaking out. The dog's having a seizure. I still got half a pie left.
Okay, so we go back in. Penny is... Ooh, Penny on the flank route? Haven't seen that one before. Nice, good on Penny. But she immediately gets spotted, and instead of using her... Oh, no, she does use her... She uses her mobility to get back. Okay. Because I remember her dying over here. She just uses her mobility to double down on the play, even though she's already been spotted, and her team hasn't moved forward, and she gets stunned out of her ult and shut down before she can even begin her play.
Only 60 seconds left. We're back in action.
At this point, our team has really realized that this guy's just throwing second round. I'm not sure what he was doing the first round, but he's definitely throwing the second.
You know what to do, spiders?
Mm-hmm.
Someone scratch my
Also, the Luna Snow died in the middle of my Invisible Woman ult, by the way.
Down to 30 seconds.
It was to spider mines from a Penny Parker ult, so I mean, some of them tracked her down and she just stepped on some at the same time. It was a lot of burst damage. I can't really, like, it's not like she could see them, you know?
I needed that. Some motivation, destroyed that all.
Dives in, goes to the back line, and does nothing.
Disappear. Final score 0-3.
A deserved, honestly, a deserved final score. The enemy team deserved to win this match, not because they played exceptionally well, but because me and my team played exceptionally dog shit. And that's really all I gotta say about that one. Like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, if you guys enjoyed, there's a scoreboard to look at. Patreon, a couple bucks a month if you really feel like supporting the channel. And thank you to our sole Patreon, Krakenbender. Bye.